I'm colorblind. I can't tell.
No, I will. I will.
I'm colorblind. I can't tell.
Well, I don't know why it always picks that up. Yeah, we are live.
It's 6 o'clock, so we will call to order the Wabash City Schools Board Meeting for Monday, January 4th, 2021. Roll call. Will you please stand, join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which is the nation with liberty and justice for all. Begin Wabash City School Board meeting by reading Wabash City Schools mission. Wabash City Schools provides a relevant and rigorous education founded upon relationships to ensure each student is college and career ready for success in a global community. I'd like to welcome everybody that's joining us tonight. Are there any recognitions?
No.
No recognitions. We do have some proposed revisions to the agenda tonight. 5 actually. The first one would be item L, appropriation to compensate Mrs. Whitney Myers $5,000 for facilitation of the Entrepreneurship Club. Item M would be accept the resignation of Mr. Jason Callahan, dependent upon his official hiring by the Indiana Department of Education, effective January 2021. Item N would be approved the recommendation to pay out Mr. Callahan's sick days for a total of $12,000 in exchange for consultation regarding existing work throughout transition, institutional and other advice pertaining to the successful operation of Wabash City Schools. Item O, hire Dr. Michael Adamson from ISBA to assist in the new superintendent hiring process at $2,000. Item P, division of superintendent responsibilities between Mrs. Tracy and Mr. Stone, both to be compensated at $10,000. We have a motion to add the revisions.
So move.
Motion and a second discussion. If not, all those in favor of revising the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item H, the consent agenda. We have minutes from the December 7th, 2020 meeting. We have a couple of claims, donations, and we do not have financials at this meeting. I would accept the motion to accept the consent agenda. Motion to a second. Motion second discussion.
No.
Discussion. All those in approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next regular scheduled board meeting will be Monday, January 18th, 2021 at Wabash City Schools Admin Office, 189 West Market Street, Wabash, Indiana at 6 p.m.
Are we gonna do it here or the
It's really up to you guys. As long as we're online. If City Hall's open, we could do it there. I can have Kendi send out a updated once we decide. We don't have to necessarily decide right now.
Okay. All right. Reorganization of the Board of School Trustees as per Indiana Code 20-5-3-1. Election of president.
I move that Brad Felshammer remain in the role of president of the school board.
I would second that.
Motion second. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item 2, election of vice president. Move that Bill Kanya serve as the role of vice president for the upcoming year.
Seconded.
Motion and second discussion. All those in favor of approving Bill, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Bill. Election of secretary. Move that Rhonda Hipskin be named secretary for the upcoming year.
Second.
Motion and second discussion. All those in favor of approving Rhonda, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Rhonda. Selection of days, times, and place of regular school board meetings. We have a motion on that being City Hall at 6 PM.
So moved.
Motion. Second.
Second.
All right, discussion.
These are also the first and third.
Also the first and
Mondays.
third Mondays of the month, yes. Yes. All those in favor of approving the days, time, and place of regular school board meetings, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Establishment of school board members' salary at $2,000 annually.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second? Motion is second, discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving the salary, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Appointment of Michelle Huff as corporation treasurer.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second, discussion? All those in favor of the appointment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Appointment of Contessa Esslinger as corporation deputy treasurer.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second, discussion? All those in favor of the appointment, say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Appointment of Jordan Tandy as legal counsel.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second, discussion? All those in favor of the appointment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Jordan.
Thank you.
Appointment of representative to the Board of Managers of the Heartland Career Center.
I move that Stephen Defoe serve on the board of managers of the Career Center.
I second that.
Motion is second, discussion? All those in favor of approving Stephen, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Stephen. Appointment of representative to the Wabash Parks Board.
I move that Jason Fry be the representative to the Wabash Parks Board.
Second.
Motion is second, discussion? All those in favor of approving Jason for the Parks Board, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Jason. Appointment of representative to the Wabash Carnegie Library Board.
Jason Fry to the Wabash
No.
County.
No.
I'm so confused. Go ahead in there.
I move that we appoint Rhonda.
Okay, Rhonda for the Library Board, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, second, discussion? All those in favor of approving Rhonda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Rhonda. Appointment of representative to the Redevelopment Commission.
I move that Bill Quinn be appointed to the Redevelopment Commission.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion, second, discussion? All those in favor of appointing Bill to the Redevelopment Commission, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Bill. Item K, effective January 1st, 1996, at the first meeting in January, every school board must designate the newspaper of qualified publications in which the school corporation must publish required notices. Indiana Code 5-3-1-4C. Recommend the Wabash Plain Dealer, Wabash, Indiana.
So moved.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion, second, discussion. All those in favor of approving Wabash Plain Dealer, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We have a few items of communication. There's no old business. New business. Approve recommendation to hire Tisha Lynn as paraprofessional at OJ Neighbors effective January 4th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, discussion.
Welcome, Miss Lynn.
All right. All those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item B, accept the resignation of Cindy Price as fourth grade online instructor effective at the end of the first semester.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second? Second. Motion second, discussion.
Yeah, I just want to thank Miss Price. She's come in and filled a lot of gaps. for OJ and for the online. And so I just want to thank her for having the courage to step in and doing that.
All those in favor of accepting the resignation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And one abstention, Matt. Motion passes. Item C, approve Angel Hostetler as fourth grade online instructor effective January 4th, 2021 at a rate of $750 per semester and $65 per student per 9 weeks.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion.
Just thank Ms. Hostetler for stepping in and taking on that responsibility.
All those in favor of approving Mrs. Hostetler, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Item D, approve Victoria Stewart as a paraprofessional at OJ Neighbors effective January 4th, 2021.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, discussion.
Welcome, Ms. Stewart.
All those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item E, approve retirement of Karen Brown as math teacher at Wabash High School effective at the end of the current contract.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, discussion.
Yeah, Ms. Brown's been with us for quite a while, and want to thank Karen for her time and service with Wabash City Schools and all the lives she's affected in a positive way, and she certainly will be missed by the staff and students alike. So I wish Karen and her family the best in retirement.
All those in favor of approving the retirement, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Accept resignation of Michelle Campbell as library assistant at Wabash High School effective December 18th, 2020.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second? Motion and second, discussion? All-
I'm sorry. Yeah, just thank Ms. I'm sorry, I was letting somebody into Zoom. Thank you to Michelle for her time and service.
All those in favor of approving the resignation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approve recommendation to waive facility rental fees for the Kiwanis Spelling Bee on Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021 at 6 p.m. in the Wabash Middle School auditorium.
So moved.
The motion
Second.
and the second, discussion?
Yeah,
Question,
yes.
Just because I don't know, do we have an approved schedule of rental fees?
Yes, yes,
I thought we did. Is it different for non-for-profits than it is for for-profit?
yes, yes.
And what we're doing here is
Just,
just waiting entirely. Thank you.
that's it.
All right. All those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approve retirement of Terry Smith as a bus driver for Wabash City Schools effective January 5th, 2021.
So moved.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
And second, discussion.
Just want to thank Terry for her time and service for Wabash City Schools. She's been a great employee and has done a lot of great things for a lot of kids and staff alike.
All those in favor of approving the retirement, say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item I, approve Samantha Scheidler as a bus driver for Wabash City Schools effective January 5th, 2021.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
Motion and second. Discussion?
I just want to thank Ms. Scheidler for taking on this awesome responsibility. So we're always looking for, I know that Shannon's always looking for drivers.
All those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item J, accept resignation of Amy Fleshhood as kitchen aide at Wabash Middle School effective December 11th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, discussion.
Thank you to Ms. Fleshhood for her time and service.
All those in favor of accepting the resignation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item K, approve recommendation to hire Tiffany Smith at the Wabash Middle School Cafe effective December 14th, 2020.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion second, discussion.
Yeah, welcome to Ms. Smith.
Item L, approve recommendation to compensate Mrs. Whitney Myers $5,000 for facilitation of the Entrepreneurship Club.
So moved.
The motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second discussion.
Again, Whitney has really built out. She was compensated for building out the curriculum, looking at co-starters and then the incubator EDU. And then she was told that if she could build a program with students, then we would compensate her an additional $5,000. And she's done a fantastic job. So this fulfills that second part of that promise, commitment to her.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Item M, accept resignation of Mr. Jason Callahan dependent upon his hiring by the Indiana Department of Education effective January 10th, 2021.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion.
I think I'll save my comments for if I could still have my superintendent's comments at the end afterwards.
It's not effective till January 10th.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Well said. Yes. Good point.
All right. All those in favor of accepting the resignation, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Item N, approve recommendation to pay out Mr. Callahan's sick days for a total of $12,000 in exchange for consultation regarding existing work throughout the transition, institutional knowledge, and other advice pertaining to the successful operations of Wabash City Schools.
So moved.
Motion and a second.
Second.
Discussion? Not, all those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item O, hire Dr. Michael Adamson from ISBA to assist in the new superintendent hiring process at $2,500.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second? Motion and second discussion.
Dr. Adamson's been doing this for quite a while. He'll do a fantastic job in facilitating that. And in addition to that, you have the School Board Association that has a great reputation that will be able to help facilitate and be that third party entity that will walk beside the board and in the process.
All those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item P, division of superintendent responsibilities between Mrs. Tracy and Mr. Stone, both to be compensated at $10,000.
So moved.
A motion and a second discussion.
You say that, first of all, I intend to vote in support of this, but I think on the record, we should have a little bit of an explanation what this division is.
Okay. I think you'll see that in the daily operations of the school system, that I'll take charge of things like delays of school, or if we have to postpone school, all the stuff that has to do with transportation, buildings and grounds, and cafeteria. And I will run school board meetings once it is official and Mr. Callahan resigns, and Mrs. Tracy will help me run those school board meetings. She's going to take care of all the things that pertain to curriculum and instruction and professional development. She'll work with our principals on all those things. We're going to divide things up where Mrs. Tracy's going to be on the superintendent's committee that deals with COVID on a weekly basis, and she will help our principals with contact tracing and all those things. I will be on the Heartland and Wabash Miami area program committees that Mr. Callahan currently does. I will also continue to sit in on our building construction meetings and make sure that those projects continue as they go. And certainly we both will answer to you guys and make sure that we're communicating with you guys about everything going on in the corporation on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, whatever, we need to communicate with you guys. So we'll certainly be in a lot of communication with Rod throughout this 6 months. And then we'll help you in any way you want with the search for the new superintendent. And so that certainly is a big job too.
Do either of you intend to apply for the superintendent's job?
I do not.
I do not.
It's my understanding that you will both recuse yourself from interviewing any internal candidates.
That is correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The only other thing I might add is part of a role or responsibility that we would be able to support various stakeholders is just be able to collaborate together to provide any conflict resolution if it were to ever occur anywhere in the district.
Thank you.
Further discussion, questions from the board?
I guess the only clarification I have, there's no time period on this. So this is just during the interim period until we've hired a new superintendent. Is that right?
Not until we hire, but until the new superintendent begins employment.
July 1st.
Any other questions or discussion? If not, all those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Items from items from other visitors. We usually do that first, don't we? No, we do items from superintendent first. Jason, you want to go first or last?
Yeah, it might be nice to go last. If you would afford me that liberty, that might be nice. Thank you.
We'll let you go last tonight.
Thank you.
Items from chief business officer.
We did get our tax money a little bit late, but we got it the 28th. And so and it wasn't quite what everything, but it was 1.3 million. And so whatever our funds looked like, they certainly became whole on the 28th of December, which as long as we got them before the end of the year. So that was certainly a good news. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't say a few things about Mr. Callahan. So
Maybe I should go first.
I'm not gonna say anything. We've been together now for 16 years, 15 years, since we hired Mr. Callahan as assistant principal. And needless to say, your athletic director works a lot with the assistant principal and the principal. So we certainly work together a lot. And then the last 7 years, we've certainly worked together a lot. And I'm certainly going to miss him. He's been great for the school corporation. He's done a great job. It doesn't seem like it's been 16 years. We've watched each other's kids grow up. But he's been terrific, and certainly wish him all the luck in the world in his new position. As Mr. Connie knows, working for the government isn't always easy. And so we certainly wish him the best. And he's made this school a better place.
Thank you. Items from other visitors.
I can do a quick update curriculum-wise. First and foremost, I also want to thank you. I know I've only been with the district for just a couple of years, but gosh, I've learned more in 2.5 years than I have in the previous 14 in any school district. So thank you for that. Across the district curriculum-wise, at OJ Neighbors, towards the end of the month, we will be doing high-ability screening in kindergarten and second grade, and any new kiddo that has moved in or a teacher recommendation in all of the other grades at OJ. So that is exciting. That will be this is the first year that we'll be using a digital form to be able to screen those kiddos on that level. And January 11th, 12th, and 13th, we will be providing PCM training to all of our third grade teachers at OJ, a couple teachers from the middle school, a teacher from the high school. So that's exciting to get another round of that complete.
What other building do we have there?
Who else out there want to give an update?
I can give one. I don't know if my video will go here. A great congratulations to Mr. Callahan. We'll truly miss you. I have enjoyed working under you. And like Matt and Emily both said, you've done a lot for this corporation, and I'm very grateful for that. And our families and kids have a lot to be thankful for what you've done for our district. On another note, we were virtual for the last 2 weeks, so it was wonderful to be back in session in person to see those kiddos' faces today. So we had great attendance. I think we only had 6 out today. So it was just wonderful to be back and see them and greet them, and have children voices in the building again. So a lot of construction got done over the break, so it's coming along. So a lot of neat things going on.
Thanks, Kathy.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm at a high school swim meet, so I ran out of there so I could. I've been watching the whole board meeting, though, I promise, so that I could tell you guys that first I haven't seen anyone for quite some time, so I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and it certainly was great to be back today. Want to congratulate Mr. Callahan, although I will say that I anticipated working more than 4 months with him. But good luck on your endeavors. Quick update from OJ. Attendance today was fantastic. We had full classrooms. I don't know how many, but I know our attendance was as good as it's been in a long, long time. We had, as I was going to class talking to teachers, many of them were excited because we had even full classes that didn't have anyone absent. I don't know that we've probably had that since September. So attendance was great. We hope it stays that way. And I want to also celebrate Beth Philippi, Mrs. Philippi. The last day of school, we got a large donation of presents and money, and had to do some quick thinking and quick wrapping on the next Monday. Also thank Brittany Jernigan and Barb Morgan, who came in and helped wrap presents that day. And then I went and got gift cards, and we delivered turkeys and gift cards and all types of presents to several families on December 21st. So we'd already done what we had expected to do as far as getting out with those families and getting food and presents. That was unexpected, and it was a lot. So I appreciate all their help and coordination in getting that done. I'm sure it made a lot of families happy and a lot of kids a lot better Christmas. And that's all I have, unless Beth has something to add.
I don't.
Mr.
I will go ahead then, if that's all right with everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Today was a great day. It was awesome to see all the kids back and the teachers, and really was a productive day. I think, though, about 1:30 or 2 o'clock, everybody was pretty tired. Pretty typical probably of that first day back. Everybody had a lot of energy early, and then it waned a little bit, but we'll pick up that speed again. As Nigel said, attendance was awesome today. It was such a pleasure. I think we had 14 kids out today. We haven't seen that for a long time, so we certainly hope we're able to continue to ride those great attendance rates and keep the kids in school. So a lot of effort by everybody has gone in to be able to do that, and it was today was great. So we'll look for the same tomorrow. I would, I guess, take this opportunity real quick, and I might be stepping out of my zone here. I'm not sure, but I do that from time to time anyway, and you guys know that. But I would like to thank the athletic directors for putting on a great county tourney this year. I know there was a lot of things that happened there that made that a real challenge, but it was a true pleasure to be at those games. And I know, having a daughter that competed, how much having fans there meant to them. And so thanks to all the athletic directors. I know Floyd was a big part of that, but all the way around, everybody and the superintendents that allowed that to happen, that was pretty fantastic. So all about the kids, and that's what we want to continue to see. So it's great. And lastly, I would congratulate Jason too. That's pretty awesome. We came into administration about the same time, and kind of grew up in administration together. So it's been fun to work with you. I appreciate your vision that has led us to where we are now, and certainly know that I don't think you're really going to the dark side, as people like to say, but over there in the DOE, to have a quick phone call with someone will be a great asset for not only Wabash City Schools, but also our county. So congratulations, man.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
All right, I'll go for the high school here. And Mike, I'm just excited we might get somebody answer their phone at the DOE. So but hey, you know what? Today was the first day back. Kids came back excited. We had kids in the hallway probably about a half hour, 40 minutes before normal. I don't know if parents were ready to get rid of them or the kids were ready to come, but it was really a great start to the day. Lot of activity going on. we had everything from schedule changes in that guidance office to new enrollments today. So it's exciting to see that students are still coming in, still wanting to enroll with Wabash, still recognizing what the district is able to provide for students. So really excited about that. Athletics is off and running, swimming tonight. We've got basketball tomorrow, swimming, basketball, wrestling towards the end of the week. It's almost as if we just jumped out of the fire into the frying pan, because things are just, it was like immediately we're at 100 miles an hour at the high school. One thing I did want to make sure we mention, you know, this is the first day of second semester and we're still at it. We're still going. We're still moving strong. And I think that says a lot about our staff, our students, our families, but really want to make sure that we at least get something out there and say thank you to our substitute teachers. You know, at times it's gotten a little hairy trying to find people to fill spots, but our substitutes do a great job. We had 2 that got called on the last minute today, came in, did an outstanding job for us. And I just don't think enough can be said about substitute teachers and what they're able to do and what they're able to provide for us. Grades were finalized today, so they'll be going out towards the end of the week. And, you know, it sounds like I'm jumping on the wagon here too, but yeah, I don't think we've had a better 16 years than with Mr. Callahan. I came in about 11 years ago for my second stint at Wabash, and Jason accepted me with open arms, and to be able to learn from him and to give me the opportunity to move into administration. And I will always be thankful for the things that I've learned under him and what he's taught me and what he's done for Wabash High School. So congratulations on the new position, and excited to see what changes are going to be coming for the DOE, because we all know he's not going to sit back and just rest on the laurels. He's going to go down there and shake them up a little bit and show them the Wabash way. So really excited about that, and congratulations, Jason. So that's it for the high school.
Thank you, Jeff.
I won't keep everybody very long. I just want to go on record and say congratulations and thank you for these past 16 years. I think we came in at the same time, or maybe you came in a year before me. You were my 3rd principal, I think, at the middle school, and the one who put me in this position. So it's going to not be the same without you here, but we'll continue on the vision, and looking forward to the next thing for you and for Wabash City Schools.
Thanks, Justin.
And I just wanted to add as well, Jason, it's been a pleasure working with you and helping to make the students and the community there in Wabash more of a global community. And we'll keep pressing forward with that. We hope with the changes and maybe a downturn, hopefully in the future of the coronavirus, that we'll have more visitors to Wabash and we'll be able to send our students out. So the Japanese 1 students are making plans to visit in Hawaii. I don't know if we shared that with the board yet, but they are making plans to do a trip there as soon as the summer comes. And they'll have some opportunities to share the Japanese culture as well as the Hawaiian culture. And there's also some things happening with the Japanese 1 class this week on some informational sessions to help get more students interested in the program. We have about a couple dozen students that are interested in Japanese for next year, but we want to make some efforts to show what's happening with that class and the program, and in hopes that we can obtain some additional funding from the Japan Foundation next year as well. So we're working on those things. But Jason, again, I can't thank you enough for bringing me on board. The vision that you and Keith and the mayor have had, and the work that you've done already to really help open the eyes in the community to global opportunities has been amazing. So things that are happening with the DLI and the things that are happening with exchange programs are because of your work, Jason. And so we just want to say thank you again. So appreciate it.
Thank you, Sarah. And I think you're going to have a lot of people volunteering to chaperone for that Hawaii trip. So.
Yes.
Any other visitors? If not, let the board members go first, and I'll let you go last, Jason.
Thank you.
Stephen?
I got a couple of things. First off, happy birthday, Mr. Stone.
Thank you.
You share a birthday with Eli, so that's the only reason I know that. So, I know that OG Robotics is off and running. They had their first meeting. According to my fourth grader, it went well. So hopefully that's something we can make grow in this community. We're halfway done with our year. It's all downhill from here at this point, right?
Yeah.
And then I wanted to thank Mr. McWhirter, Mrs. Fox for that night department. They've done a nice job just making it work for these student athletes and the community. I know it's been tough not having fans there, but they're still playing sports. So we got to appreciate them. And then lastly, Jason, I appreciate always answering your phone when I call. Even before I was on the board, you were always accessible, and I appreciate that in the superintendent. So best of luck. Don't be a stranger. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Stephen.
Rhonda?
I would just second what everybody has already said about Mr. Callahan and wish you well. So
Thank you.
our next superintendent has big shoes to fill.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Bill?
I want to take a little bit longer, just because I think of all the board members I've known the longest. I was actually on the board when we hired him as superintendent. I think I was on the board when we promoted you, made you principal of the high school. I want to say that Jason brought an awful lot to our school system and to our community. One of the primary things that he's done is helped us develop and establish a culture for our school corporation. And it's a culture of innovation and creativity, a culture with a global perspective, one with a focus on partnerships and all the partnerships that you and the school corporation have developed locally, regionally, and statewide. And we know how that can help our school corporation. You helped us develop a future perspective. You helped us get our eyes out of the rear view mirror and focused on the horizon. And I will always appreciate that. Under your leadership, we developed the dual credit and early college high school programs. We added technology. I believe we were the first school who added the one-on-one computers. We led the way with best of the best. And the engineering program, whose name I forget right now.
Project Lead the Way.
Project Lead the Way. Again, that was a partnership between economic development and school, as was the best of the best. We developed exchange programs, distance learning, the 529 program that really has brought us a lot of notoriety. You encouraged development of 21st century vocational education and helped us all realize that success beyond high school doesn't necessarily mean additional academics, but additional post-secondary education for sure. You, sir, have redefined the size of the shoes that we have to fill. I'm glad that we've decided to take our time to hire a professional to help guide us, because this is going to be not only an important decision, but a crucial decision that we maintain the direction we're moving. I personally want to thank you for everything, educating my grandchildren. I'm a huge Jason Callahan supporter. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Jason?
Sure. First of all, thank you. I get the opportunity to be a part of this team. I really have been looking forward to this opportunity for quite some time. So I'm excited at the next 4 years, what it looks like for us. I am sad that you're going to be leaving really 1 week after I start, but you know, I'm not going to take that personally. And so I do wish you the best. Thank you for everything you've done for the school. Just the culture that has been brought here is the reason that our kids came here long before Stacy worked here, long before I decided I wanted to, to come and even go for this opportunity here. So I appreciate that. And I think I would echo everyone else's sentiments. So thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
And I guess I'll wrap up and I'll make it short and sweet, but we got to know each other a little bit outside of school because our sons were friends.
Yeah.
And, I know that you had a rule at your house that kids couldn't go off the diving board because of my kid.
That is true. That is true. Callan Kelsheimer rule.
Yeah.
Cited a lot.
But, working with you the last 2-3 years as part of the board, I really appreciate everything that you brought to our district and to our community. You've been very involved in both aspects, not just the school system, but in our community and moving Wabash forward. So thank you for all that you've done. Best wishes to you in your new role. And I know that you'll continue to be an advocate for us down in Indianapolis.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you.
With that, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay. And for everybody, you know, brevity is not my soul. I think it finally started hitting me as I listened to everybody. Very humbled by everything that everybody said. I just want a couple of things. And as I was thinking, I was like, there's no way I can sit here and thank every individual person who I've been able to connect with over the last 16 years. So I want to not necessarily reach out. There's a lot of people that have meant a lot to me during this time. And so I want to avoid that. I do want to say what Mike Mattern said was right on. It is all about the kids. You know, people said really nice things about me, and at the end of the day, I think I always kept kids focus first. And really, we talk about origin stories. This was my first administrative job, and I was coming here thinking I'll get some experience and I'll go off to this, you know, larger place, maybe a college town to raise kids. And in the first couple of weeks, I ran into a few kids that just changed my life, and have really impacted me since then. And what I found was there were a lot of opportunities to make a big difference in the lives of kids in Wabash. And there were a lot of people. We talk about people, not programs, all the time. And there were a lot of people that wanted to join that. And, you know, listening to everything that Bill said was very, very humbling. And I remember, you know, get a little emotional thinking about all those times, because like everything you mentioned, a lot of time invested in those. But I'm sitting there and I'm thinking of all the time with Clint Kugler in the 529s. I think about early college and the work that Josh Blossom did, and all the time we spent. Again, I don't want to get into a bunch of names because there have been so many people that have impacted me, but it really is about people, not programs, that have made the difference. And it is, like Mike said, all about the kids. Justin talked about vision though. And I firmly believe in the mission and vision of Wabash City Schools. I believe deepest fibers of my being in building out the greatest opportunities for our kids, and that our kids are worth it, that every one of them are worth it. And sometimes it's the kids who fight us the most, that are the most difficult to remind yourself that they're the ones who need us the most. And none of that stuff could have been accomplished ever without teachers and bus drivers and cafeteria workers and substitute teachers and paraprofessionals and fellow administrators and school board members supporting us along the way, and community partners. That's one of the most beautiful things I think about Wabash is we have incredibly rich partnerships. And I really think the only thing that differentiated my leadership is I just said yes a lot more than I said no. And I really believe it was about maybe really listening to people, and even if saying yes meant more work, we said yes until we had to say no. And again, I've been inspired by the Ryan Evans and, Jake O'Neills and people who have built things and poured in time and energy into those things. I've been as inspired by them. Jeannie Cooper, Bobby Evans, these people have worked harder and have been more committed than anybody I've ever known. And again, I don't want to go into all, because there's so many people along the way that have impacted my life professionally and personally. And so I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the board. I want to thank my colleagues, my friends. My gosh, Matt talked about that 7 years and walking alongside Matt Stone, I felt like sometimes I felt like there's nothing we can't accomplish, right? Given amount of time and effort, there's nothing we couldn't accomplish. No budget shortfall, no conflict. There's nothing the people at Wabash City Schools are very special. And as you guys have talked about, that mission, that vision, what we do for kids is going to continue on. It's not about a person, it's about that. It's about the purpose, it's about the work. It's not about me. And I feel very humbled to be a part of it. To be Mayor Van Landingham early on, I think first few weeks as superintendent, I remember walking down Market Street with Mayor Van Landingham and he said, Jason, you're going to get these offers, you're going to get these things. He's like, but if you stay here in Wabash, you're going to see generations of people on the sidewalk and they're going to say, hey, Jason, how's it going? Right? Like they're going to know you as Jason Callahan. And it's going to make all the difference. And even though, 16 years later, I'm going, he was right. It has made all the difference in my career. And I'm only taking this because I feel like first, the offer was a validation of all the work that all the people in this district do day in and day out. It really is the validation of their time and effort, their heart, their everything. So it's that, and then it's an opportunity to scale it. As somebody said, like that's the vision. Like, how do we do this? And we do it for all kids. And I feel like that's been the heart of Wabash City Schools too. We're the city district, and we've worked to collaborate and partner with as many people that were willing to collaborate and partner with us. But let's take this vision on a statewide scale, and that's what I want to do next. And so I don't feel like I'm leaving. I feel like, and if you know me, like I'm going to enjoy spending the next 16 years in saying goodbye. This will always be home to me. This will always be a place that I call home. And I want everybody to feel like, as Mike said, you can pick up the phone and always reach out to me, and I'll still be there. So with that being said, again, welcome, Jason. Right, like this is how this works. Soon there'll be another superintendent. I'm just a part of that chain, a part of that mission, that vision of building a legacy opportunity for all kids. And again, I'm humbled and will be forever grateful that Bill and the school board and Matt Stone and Joe Kaufman and that committee that hired me 16 years ago. I think I was really actually the second choice, but the other guy didn't pick up the phone or something, but I forget how that story goes. But thank you for everything, for this entire journey. And again, like I said, I'm not completely leaving, and you certainly will continue to have an advocate for Wabash and Wabash City Schools down in Indianapolis. So thank you.
And with that, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Helicopter to hear.